Hi, I'm Vandana from Pentype Academy. I'll be handling the subject Computer Science. We are familiar with computers and their uses in today's world. Everyone knows what a computer is. A computer is a device or machine that performs operations and calculation based on a certain instruction provided by a hardware or software. Today, we will discuss how a computer performs the function and display the output based on what we give. Let us see the basic organization of a computer in this session. Even though computers different in size, shape, performance and cost of the year, the basic organization of a computer is same. It consists of a few functional units, namely input unit, central processing unit, storage unit and output device. First, let us have a look at the input devices of a computer. Here you can see some familiar input devices like keyboard, scanner, mouse, etc. in the picture. So, what is an input device? Yes, an input device is any device that provides an input to a computer. The data and the instruction enter to a computer through an input unit. There are different types of data. They are text, image, audio, video, number, etc. To enter a number or text, we use keyboard as an input device. And if you have to scan an image, we use a scanner. For an audio, we use a mic. So, the major function performed by an input units are: first one, it accepts instruction and data from an outside world, then converts these data into a form acceptable to computer and supplies the converted instructions and data to a computer for processing. That is all about input device. Next, we are going to discuss about the central processing unit or CPU. As you know, in the human body, all of our decisions are taken by brain, isn't it? Similarly, in the computer, all major calculations and comparisons are made inside the CPU. It is also responsible for activating and controlling the operations of other unit of the computer. That is why the CPU is known as the brain of the computer. The functions of CPU are performed by three components: arithmetic logic unit, control unit and registers. First, let us discuss about ALU. Next is control unit. Control unit is another component of CPU that manage all other unit of the computer. It invokes the other unit to take charge of the operation that they are associated with. It tells the memory unit, ALU and output unit how to respond to the instruction that have been sent to the processor. That is all about control unit. ALU performs calculation and logical operations such as comparison and decision making. The data and instructions stored in the storage unit are transferred to ALU. After the process, the intermediate result produced by the ALU temporarily transferred back to the storage and retrieved later when needed for further processing. A register is a temporary storage area built into a CPU. It is a type of computer memory used to quickly store and transfer data or instruction. So, what kind of data? The data which is used immediately by the CPU. There are a variety of registers. Each is designated to store unique items like data, instructions, memory, address, results, etc. I hope you understood whatever we have covered till now. Moving further. As we have already said, the data and instruction entered in the computer through an input unit. These data and instructions are stored inside the computer before actual processing starts. Similarly, the information or results produced after processing are also stored inside the computer. If there are any intermediate results, that must also be stored for further processing. Whatever I have explained now has been shown in the screen as a bullet point for your easy reference. So, have a look at the diagram on the screen. Storage unit are two types: primary storage and secondary storage. Primary storage is known as main memory. It is again divided into two: random access memory RAM and read-only memory ROM. RAM holds instructions, data and intermediate results of processing. It also holds the recently produced results of the job done by the computer. ROM contains instruction for the startup procedure of the computer. The CPU can directly access the main memory at a very high speed, but it has a limited storage capacity. Moving to the secondary storage is also known as auxiliary storage, and it takes care of the limitation of primary storage. What is the limitation of primary storage? Yes, it has the limited storage, but here secondary storage has a huge capacity and storage is permanent. You are all well aware of CDs, DVDs, hard disk, etc. These are the examples of secondary storage. Any system, once you give the input, after processing it, the system will give you the output. Same is the case with computer, which also has an output unit. Let us move on to the output unit of the computer. The information obtained after data processing is supplied to the outside world through the output unit in a human readable form. Monitor and printer are commonly used output devices. The function performed by output unit are first one, it receives the results produced by the CPU in coded form. Second, converts these coded result to human readable form and supplies the result to the outside world. So today we have covered the topic basic organization of a computer. Let us meet again with the next topic. Goodbye, good day.